Hey everyone, it's Chris here again with another video. I thought for the topic of today, since it's the last day of the Barnes&Noble Criterion sale, that I hold my heart because it's a sad day. You don't want the sales to end, especially right now with it being December. But I thought today it'd be great to show you off my pickups during the month of November and during the sale. Now, most of my pickups, however, weren't part of the sale. I actually found them at like secondhand shops, and I found some scores on eBay and the Facebook, few of the Facebook pages I'm part of with Criterion films. But in the spirit of the sale, I made a conscious effort to pick up more Criterion films and build up my library. So I'll just go through a few of them and a little couple snippets of them maybe, and then stories of where I found them. So the first film I want to talk about that I picked up during the month was Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line. Now, this film I have not seen. I do know Terrence Malick took 20 years after his second film and then came back and made this one. And it's a World War II drama. And I hear it's actually one of his best, and if anything, probably one of the best war films ever made. And you know, I paid only $12 for this on eBay, which is criminally cheap. Either way, I'm not complaining. I'm happy to have it, and I'm very looking forward to seeing this. I believe it's 3 hours long, if not a little bit more. I kind of have a soft spot for war films. I know they're a little displeasant for some people, but with me, I really do like learning about the story of people in the war. Brings a humanistic perspective to them instead of just the action. I'm not super into the action as much, but with World War II, I mean, this might be probably one of the best after I'm done watching it. I mean, it's competing with Saving Private Ryan and, like, heck, for me, even Fury. Fury came out recently in the last few years, and I actually really enjoyed it. So The Thin Red Line, basically brand new for $12. Very excited to get into it. I know it's not Badlands, but I'm hoping maybe Santa will bring it. But this will do for now, and I'm actually very excited. The second film I picked up during this month was actually from Barnes& Noble, is the Princess Bride release from Criterion. This film, I know a lot of people weren't happy about it because it's such a mainstream film, but I mean, it's a beautiful tale. And this artwork and the box format, like the book format, is like amazing, and it was genius. My girlfriend, she doesn't like when I spend a lot of money, but when it came to The Princess Bride, she was definitely very happy about it, and I'm happy about it too. This was only $20, and it was at our local Barnes & Noble, and they're kind of infamous for not having very much physical media there for films. But they had this, and I was very happy. Very looking forward to revisiting this because it's been a few years. Actually, it's probably been 10 years since I saw this film. So now that I have it in its best form, I'm looking very much into rediscovering why I loved it as a kid. Next film that I picked up during the month is The Silence of the Lambs. So I love this film so much. I owned it on Blu-ray, and I had been wanting to upgrade it for a while, and when someone on one of my Criterion Facebook pages I'm a part of was selling it brand new basically for $15, I hopped up on it. I was actually very lucky about it too. So very happy with this. I also saw it in theaters back in college earlier this year, and that was a great experience. One of my passions right now is just revisiting old movies that I love in theaters if they show them in retrospective films. But to have this means a lot because this film is amazing. If you haven't seen it, just go buy the Blu-ray. It's very inexpensive. You don't have to get the Criterion, but it is amazing. Jonathan Demme directed, and Anthony Hopkins stars with Jodie Foster. And man, there's not much you can say about this movie. And this Criterion release is gorgeous. And when you open it up, you know, there's the discs, but then when you turn it around, here you go, you get the butterfly from the film. If you've seen it, you understand what it represents. But yeah, $15, brand new. I did want to watch it as soon as I got it, but it just still was kind of fresh in my mind, and I don't want to like overdo it with watching it. It would have been perfect for the month of October for sure. But either way, happy to have it. Great pickup, I think. Now the next film I picked up in Kansas City at the Half Price Books. I had a coupon there, so it was about 40% off. And so it was like $19.99. Then 40% off of that is David Cronenberg's Videodrome. If you haven't seen this, strap your seatbelts in. Make sure it's you and a buddy you trust, because this movie is nuts. Body horror, very sadistic violence in it, well, portrayals, because in this film James Wood is a TV producer who's looking for the next big thing to air on his channel, and he stumbles across this popular channel called Videodrome, and there's nothing but like sadistic, violent portraying on screen there, and he gets into this crazy world of Videodrome, and it's body horror, it's Cronenberg, but it's a meticulously great story about going down the rabbit hole, and then just find insane things. And I love this film so much as being a horror fan and also being a James Wood fan, because he's great in this. And if you haven't seen him, is Once Upon a Time in America. He does he does in a really great performance, as he does in Casino as well. So for this, super inexpensive, and it's actually one of the best releases, I think, because when you open it up, it's a VHS right here, and it says "Long live the new flesh" right there. I know it's a little bit of a glare, sorry, but for that price, I mean, this is amazing. I think all three of my friends own this film too, and I was the last one to pick it up. But finally, I found it at such a good deal too. And actually, that segues to the next film I'm going to show, because I also picked it up the next day at the Half Price Books, because I had a 50% off coupon on it. Is none other than Dustin Hoffman's Tootsie. Tootsie is one of those other more mainstream films I know some people have a problem with. Dustin Hoffman stars, dresses as a woman for the job he didn't get. I actually really enjoy Dustin Hoffman and his filmography. I know what kind of person he's been reported as being off the screen, and I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm not going to speak on it at all. It's wrong if it is true. But for his filmography, I absolutely love him. Kramer vs. Kramer is amazing. The Graduate, Midnight Cowboy. Eventually, I want to own all his films that are on the Criterion. So The Graduate, Midnight Cowboy, which recently got released. Straw Dogs, which I'm a little hesitant about, but I think for the completionist in me, I will end up getting it. But I have Tootsie now, and for my roommate and I, we're definitely looking forward to seeing this film, and it was 50% off, so it was $10. Very great condition, and when you open it up, it had the booklet and then the tall little. There's Tootsie right there, the notes, and a really great essay written on the film. But yeah, Sidney Pollack's film, Tootsie, $10. Yeah, it's been a good November. So happy with that. The next film, probably one of my favorites that I own, and it actually was one of the more frustrating films to just get. I bought it on eBay for $16, and the person I bought it from didn't leave a tracking number, didn't even let me know that they'd shipped it, so I was stressing out. But eventually came in the exact same day as my Ingmar Bergman box set. So it was a very good day. But that film is Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard. Now, I've been very fascinated with French New Wave cinema. I've been studying it a little bit more in depth and reading articles and watching videos and reading up on the directors themselves. I did a double feature with Breathless with the 400 Blows, and man, that was a great day. Just soaking it all in, and I was so happy. Breathless is just an amazing film, and it's done a lot for what film is today with the way he directs them and the directions he takes and the cutaway scenes. Just amazing. He's absolutely a genius. Vivre sa vie is one film I really want to pick up, and I wish I did kind of during the sale, but the price and the timing and the my money, I couldn't get it just yet, but I do look forward to getting it at some point. But Breathless, $16 on eBay. I found it. It is the Blu-ray edition. It's not the dual format. The dual format, I understand, is super awesome because it's thick and it's big. But the Blu-ray is a little thinner. It's a little more intimate. But, you know, this booklet's pretty thick, and it has a lot of production notes and a few essays. So I'll be looking forward to reading up on it after, you know, I've already seen the film, but I do want to read more about it. Now, with Godard and the Criterion collection, you know, he has The Weekend, I believe, and then Vivre sa vie, and then this. If there's any more, I'm not sure. It's not coming to the top of my head. But Breathless is definitely one of my more favorite pickups, just because this movie is amazing. And if you check out my letterbox as well, I did do a review on it as well. And then the next film, the final film that I picked up during the month of November, actually came in a couple days ago, or whatever this video is posted. It came in December, but I'm going to consider it part of my November pickup, is the Foundation film, Seven Samurai, Spy Number 2. So I picked this up on a vintage stock Cyber Monday sale, 40% off, $27.99. You know, I think that's the cheapest I'm ever gonna see it. So I had to pounce on it. This is my first Kurosawa film, and I was actually gonna hope it was gonna be Ikiru that would be my first Kurosawa. Now, I'm not complaining that Seven Samurai is my first, and I'm very much looking forward to watching this film. 3.5-hour samurai epic. Sounds awesome. I've met a few people who've seen it, and they said this is probably one of the best things ever made, and I'm super on board for it. But with Ikiru, you know, I was hoping to get it and then do a double feature with It's a Wonderful Life with James Stewart. They just seem very similar, and I hear Ikiru is a very well-made film that's also in the collection. But Seven Samurai, for the price I paid for it, and it's in mint condition, it looks basically almost new, excited for maybe a dent that's barely noticeable. You know, I'm very excited to add this to my collection. I hear it's a Foundation film. It's like a must-own, essential piece. So I have no problem spending the money on that. It has 2 discs. I didn't know that. It has just the film itself, and then it has the supplements as well. The booklet, very thick, as per usual with a bunch of these films. There it is there. I just know with the Seven Samurai, it just has influenced cinema ever since it first came out, and you still see it now in a lot of films. So yeah, finally on my first Kurosawa. You know, I have that with Birdman, and I'm sure the last thing I need is a Fellini film. But you know, I have Godard, so I'll replace that. And then obviously the last film I picked up is the Ingmar Bergman box set. And I've been diving into it, and I'm very happy to own it and watch his films. I'm still at opening night, but I did see Smiles of Summer Night, and that was just fantastic. I'm going to probably do a review on that fairly soon. I did write an article or a review on it on Letterboxd, so if you want to check that out, let me know what you think of it. And then I also did watch Crisis, which I'll probably write an article on and maybe a movie review. I kind of want to do that with the Bergman set. Kind of want to do a few review videos on each one. Maybe not all of them, because that's 39 films. But very happy to pick that up and add it to my collection. Now, I do have a few more Criterions in my collection, but maybe I'll show them off another time. But you know, my name's Chris. Thanks for tuning in again. I really appreciate all the support and the viewing and the helpful feedback on this channel to make it better. If you like this setting more, let me know. Maybe I'll start doing this kind of setting for my reviews then downstairs. And then you can also see my Cowboy Bebop poster as well. But that's been my Criterion hauls during the month of November. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.